The Lord is going to put us back in our land, man, through Yahweh Shai. We're going to be sovereign. We're going to rule. We're going to win. We're going to have everything in abundance, man. Our heart's desire, and our enemies will be our footstool.
Psalm 37. Fret not thyself because of evildoers, neither be thou envious against the workers of iniquity. For they shall soon be cut down like the grass, and wither as the green herb. Trust in the Lord, and do good. So shalt thou dwell in the land, and verily thou shalt be fed. Delight thyself also in the Lord, and he shall give thee the desires of thine heart. Commit thine way unto the Lord, trust also in him, and he shall bring it to pass. And he shall bring forth thy righteousness as the light, and thy judgment as the noonday. Rest in the Lord, and wait patiently for him. Fret not thyself because of him who prospereth in his way, because of the man who bringeth wicked devices to pass. Cease from anger, and forsake wrath. Fret not thyself in any wise to do evil, for evildoers shall be cut off, but those that wait upon the Lord, they shall inherit the earth. For yet for a little while, and the wicked shall not be. Yea, thou shalt diligently consider his place, and it shall not be. But the meek shall inherit the earth, and shall delight themselves in the abundance of peace.
Ecclesiastes 3:16. Yep. And moreover, I saw under the sun.
All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I would like to give all praise and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Kakodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of GMS who rule well, teach well, being great examples to his younger brothers. And peace and blessing salutations to the hopeful leg out there pushing the word and truth and in sincerity across the four winds in the name of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, pushing to get up out of here. Shalom to the hopeful leg, the believers, the listeners whom have came back to the obedience of the scriptures through faith in Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah. All right, what I want to get into, all right, this morning, okay, is dealing with unfit rulers, dealing with Esau, Edom, because the more we learn, about, this wicked society, the more, unjust, okay, the more, we see the injustices and, the wickedness and the oppression and just how Esau, Edom is not fit to rule the earth, man. Okay, this man is an extremely wicked ruler in the planet Earth, okay? And under his rulership, it only gets more and more oppressive, okay? And now we understand that he wants to go digital with everything, and that's just to put people, okay, under more oppression, to put more burdens on people, okay, to separate people from real resources while he, sucks up all the real resources. He wants to throw you in the metaverse while he enjoys the real earth. Okay, he wants to give you digital currency while he has all, the raw materials of the earth, man. Okay, this man is a very unfit ruler. Okay, he's extremely wicked. He's extremely unbalanced. He's extremely unjust in how he deals. Okay, in the earth. Okay, now I got a video I want to get into, and what we're going to do, we're going to see how wicked Esau rules, and how he governs the people and how he distributes, wealth very unevenly in the earth. Okay. And then we're going to go into, all right, how we did when we was in power, going to the times of David, and I found a heavy article, man. I can't wait to bring this one out. but young, I got some heat for you, brother. You know, Corner Wolf, I got some heat for y'all, brother, this morning, man. You know, yeah, we finna go there. You know how we do. Hey, well, let's also get the Job 9:24. You know, let's get that. Um, let's go ahead and get all these precepts lined up. I'm gonna load up the video. Um, let's see. Let's get that Job 9:24. Let's get let's get that in the book of James. Let's get the book of James, chapter 5, verse 6. Let's go ahead and get Sirach 10 and 8. So I'm gonna pull this up, and then I got that article. And play the video, then we're gonna go into the article. You know. Let's get Proverbs 11 and 1. You know. Now this is the brother Bayan Yashala. Proverbs 29 and 2 says, "When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked beareth rule, the people, mourn." Okay, the people mourn. All right, and there's a great mourning, all right, in the earth under the rulership of Esau Edom. You know, there's a grave amount of suffering, man. You see, the earth was made to be in abundance. Okay, under Esau, everything is scarce. It's almost like Lion King. You know, when Mufasa was ruling, okay, everything was flourishing. You know, the scenery. You know, you seen life. You know, the grass. You know, was green. The circle of life. He kept the balance. You know, dealing with the circle of life. And then when Scar came, what he do? He just ran through resources. You know, everything was barren. People were starving. You know, that's Esau, man. Okay, that's how this man rules the earth, man. He's very unbalanced. He's very disciplined. Okay, let's get there also in Ecclesiastes 2. Woe to thee, O land, when thy king is a child. I think that's Ecclesiastes 9. Might be. Let me see. Yep, it's Ecclesiastes 10 and 16. El Gazak, Shalom, my brother. I got some heat for you, man. You gotta stick around this morning, man. You know how we do, man. All right, we gonna talk about how our kings was doing it, you know. But first, we're gonna talk about this wicked nigga here, man. All right, and then we're gonna go into how we was doing it, man. Okay, but right now, the earth is under the rulership of a damn child. Okay, this man is extremely undisciplined. Okay, he has no thought of the future. It's all about the right now. But that's the energy of Esau. He sold his birthright. He made a right now decision, and he considered the birthright for the future, man, for his descendants. And right now, Esau runs the earth like he don't give a damn about a generation coming after, man. Okay, he's very reckless. And that's why I say Ecclesiastes 10 and 16, it says, "Woe to thee, O land, when thy king is a child, and thy princes, all right, and thy princes eat in the morning," which means what? Shows how undisciplined he is, man. Because really, you go into how a king will move, a king will handle all his serious business affairs, all right, and the matters of the kingdom. He would do that all the morning long, and he wouldn't eat till about afternoon, you know, he would eat, after he had all his affairs straight. We see Esau, okay, is like a child, all right, with his discipline. He's undisciplined, okay. He's just trying shit, all right. He just be guessing, you know. And you say he's eating in the morning because he's all about what he wants first, okay. But as a king, you're supposed to your decision making, all right. When you make decisions as a king, you're supposed to consider, okay, the people, okay. You supposed to consider your people, man. All right. So let me cue this up. Yeah, we're gonna get all them precepts. We're gonna run them back. I'm gonna go ahead and cue this up. Let me calm down. I'm excited, man. I have found some new information. How let me get this. Okay.
I've got a problem that I'm pretty sure you can help me with. Yes, you will be paid for helping me. Actually paid.
Is what he's involved in.
You have to force behaviors, and behaviors are going to have to change. And this is one thing.
Larry Fink, many times talking about behavioral control and how Larry Fink is teaching. Give him a free pass.
So y'all let me know if y'all can hear it. Y'all let me know about the sound. Y'all let me know. So I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna cue this up. But yeah, when I play the video, y'all just let me know if you can hear the audio. I know the sister said she couldn't hear the audio in the beginning. Sometimes it do that, but y'all let me know if y'all can hear this audio. So we're gonna go into this guy Larry Fink, which he's a pretty much a underling of the elites. They get these certain guys that they put on the forefront, as the face of these different banking, cartels. All right. And we pretty much just gonna see how this man, how Esau manipulates, okay, and runs the earth, man. Okay. Okay. So all right. It's all good. It's how it be sometimes. But yeah, let me play this, and we'll go from there. Like I say, brothers, post as you see fit, and we get these precepts, and then we're gonna move on to the real business. All right.
Is because Larry Fink's a buddy of Donald Trump, but we're supposed to believe that Larry Fink is wonderful and great. Now, you might remember me covering Larry Fink many times talking about behavioral control and how Larry Fink is teaching and programming behavioral control. BlackRock is one of the biggest companies in the world as far as data mining goes. But here's Larry talking about behavioral control.
Well, behaviors are going to have to change, and this is one thing we're asking companies. You have to force behaviors, and at BlackRock we are forcing behaviors. Well, behaviors are going to have to change, and this is one thing we're asking companies. You have to force behaviors, and at BlackRock we are forcing behaviors.
So Larry Fink, a lot of people are like, oh, wow, Larry Fink. Yeah, he's really wealthy and does a lot of shady business, right? Well, guess what he's doing?
So as you can hear, they're talking about forcing behavior changes, okay? And they're going to do that. They're going to do that with crashing economies, all right? Famines, okay? Cutting people access off to food. They're going to do these things, man. The hour of temptation, that's going to be them forcing, okay? Well, brother can post that, Revelation 3 and 10. They're going to be forcing, okay, people to change behavior, man, okay? And they're going to do it by putting pressure from above, pressure from beneath, okay? That's what they're going to bring. That's the formula they're going to use to change people's behavior to get them to buy their need to buy out, man, okay? So this is what's coming, all right? This is what this man is going to bring to the earth, man, to force, behavior change. All right, it's the brother our Lord of War, Revelation 6 and 4. It says, and there went out another horse that was red, and power was given to him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth, and that they should kill one another, and there was given unto him a great sword. And this is what this man is about, taking peace from the earth, man. Okay, this man takes peace from the earth. Okay, this is what this man does, man. This is how we know who are the Edomites, because they fulfill everything that the scriptures say the Edomites will be doing, man. Okay, this is the brother Bayan Yasha'Allah, Revelation 3 and 10. Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I will also keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world, to try them that dwell upon the earth, to try them that dwell upon the earth. Okay, this is what we're seeing happening. All right, that being formulated in the earth is that hour of temptation. Okay, well, Esau is gonna want to force, all right, people to change their behavior and transfer over and accept his NWO. Okay, and it's gonna be with pressure from above and pressure from beneath, man. All right, now I'm finna let this play. It's gonna go into this company called BlackRock. I don't know if you brothers familiar with it or not, but it's gonna pretty give you much a rundown of the front man, Larry Fink. All right. You know he all right is a small hat. All right, but it's gonna give us the rundown, and we'll just go from there. So I'm gonna jump straight to it, probably about a 10-minute clip. So I'm gonna just let it run, and we'll get into it.
Think directly. And now Larry's going to be rebuilding Ukraine with your tax money.
This is a company most people have never heard of, and this company quite literally owns the world. Most US banks are controlled by BlackRock. BlackRock owns all the major pharmaceutical companies. BlackRock owns most of the mainstream media, and BlackRock oversees roughly 10% of all stocks traded worldwide. And this company is now taking over governments. All of this has allowed BlackRock to amass $10 trillion in assets. Yes, trillion. BlackRock is worth half of America's total GDP. It's so crazy that the US and Chinese government now rely on BlackRock to escape recessions, with BlackRock's founder and CEO now sitting on the boards of the influential Council on Foreign Relations and the World Economic Forum. In the words of Henry Kissinger, whoever controls the money controls the world, and no other company in history has had this much global influence. And what's even crazier is that BlackRock did this in just 34 years. But you want to know the best part? You've probably never heard of them for a reason which will become clearer later on, because after you watch this video, you will soon understand the real-world consequences of BlackRock's vast control.
Full-scale invasion, the likes of which we haven't seen since World War II, of Russia into Ukraine.
And those high gas prices mean the cost of everything that needs to be transported is on the rise.
So then how could BlackRock gain so much influence over the world? How could BlackRock go from being just a boring investment firm to the most powerful company that has ever existed? Well, to start, we have to delve into the past of how Larry Fink made BlackRock. Larry was born into a wealthy Los Angeles family in 1952, and from the start, he was always hungry for power, with his early years spent pursuing a career in politics, where he would gain a BA in political science from UCLA. However, he soon enough realized that politics isn't where the real power is, money is. Following this, he changed his focus early on to go into banking and real estate. And while at college, Fink was immersing himself in the world of the rich and powerful, having been a full-time member of the secretive Kappa Beta Phi, a group that's members included Michael Bloomberg and the Goldman Sachs chairmen. Fink took full advantage of these connections and started a career in the mortgage bond department at First Boston, a boring New York-based investment bank. This was where Larry would make his mark on the financial world, because over his time at First Boston, Fink became one of the highest earning employees, generating over $1 billion. He was unstoppable, and it seemed like he was going to be crowned CEO. Larry became an expert in these little understood investments during his time. However, this success didn't come without a price. He wasn't going to make this money for someone other than him, and so he began creating a ticking time bomb, and only he knew how to defuse it. So in 1986, his risky practices and ambition caught up to him. After a few too many risky trades, Larry made a huge blunder. He lost $100 million of this bank's money in just the space of months. All the goodwill and reputation he had gained was crumbling into dust, leading to him being banished from First Boston. It seemed like world domination was just a silly fantasy, that he would never make it to the top. However, Fink wasn't giving up his power this easily. Instead, he would use this disaster to his advantage, vowing to make risk management and avoidance his main focus from now on. And so after becoming unemployed at age 36, Fink would team up with some of his old connections from Kappa Beta Phi. And in 1988, BlackRock was formed. In no time at all, Larry was making bank. In just 5 years, BlackRock went from being worth $5 million to over $8 billion. However, it wasn't all smooth sailing. During this time, a power struggle would emerge between who would control BlackRock's future, because Fink wanted a bigger piece of the pie. He didn't want to share his plans for world domination. So in 1995, he would pressure one of the co-founders, Schwartzman, to sell their stake in BlackRock for $250 million, a stake that would now be worth over $12 billion alone. But after these power games, Larry Fink's path to world domination was unstoppable. Larry Fink became more and more powerful over the next decade, but this still wasn't enough for his ambition. Now, earlier on, I mentioned a ticking time bomb that Fink helped create in his early days at First Boston. Well, this time bomb was now ready to explode, and in 2008, the worst financial crash since the Great Depression struck the world.
Traders saying this is the craziest day they have ever seen in these markets. Veteran traders saying they've never.
Recordings just got better. Hey, it's Dana from StreamYard. I'm so excited to announce that local.
See anything like it. The movement in oil prices so fast.
The most serious recession in decades. And that means life, as most Americans know it, is about to change.
And the best part is, this was all under Larry's control. Larry Fink's mortgage-backed securities had been the fuse all along. And because Larry Fink knew the 2008 crash would happen, BlackRock's focus on asset management sealed them from the crisis. In fact, this disaster was an opportunity for Larry Fink, because Larry was the only man on Wall Street who could fix this crisis. And so with Larry's personal connections with the Treasury Secretary Timothy Geithner, BlackRock secured an uncontested contract to manage the assets of multiple banks that crumbled during the crisis, exploiting this disaster to become the most powerful man on Wall Street. But still, this was only Wall Street. This still wasn't close to world domination. So how could Larry Fink control governments and the world economy? Well, BlackRock made another breakthrough by offering ETFs. Now, this might sound quite technical, but ETFs are a type of investment fund that puts money into all the companies in a certain industry. And these new investment funds proved wildly popular because of the stability and solid returns. And unsurprisingly, BlackRock became the largest player in this new market, reaching the top of its industry, sucking up money from everywhere using its new money management platform. From the biggest banks to the smallest retirement funds, BlackRock had a hand in it all. BlackRock was starting to control everything. They bought stakes in pretty much every major corporation on the stock market. I mean, if you look into who owns pretty much any major company, you're almost guaranteed to find BlackRock's name. Larry could also see the power technology would have in the future economy, which is why BlackRock poured masses of wealth to build a supercomputer that analyzes what investments will make money. This program, named Aladdin, would go on to manage over $20 trillion worth of assets for BlackRock. For context, $20 trillion is more than the entire United States' GDP. BlackRock would then use this money and its assets to further exert their control over the economy. And now they are inextricably tied to governments. And like 2008, the Federal Reserve hired BlackRock to manage their investments to protect them from coronavirus-led recessions. And BlackRock has used this dependence to grow their empire even further, allowing Larry Fink to be a billionaire oligarch that holds unprecedented power over not just the economy, but the entire world. He controls trends, culture, foreign policy, and the banks. He has world leaders at his beck and call, with BlackRock overseeing assets worth 10% of the world's global economy. BlackRock now owns stakes in every industry, from media companies, banks, oil companies, and weapon manufacturers. And in recent years, the consequences are becoming dire as Larry Fink begins to exert his control over the world. One of the ways BlackRock controls the world so well is through its control of the media. Together with Vanguard, an investment company they also partly own, BlackRock now controls 18% of Fox, 16% of CBS, 13% of Comcast, who themselves own NBC, MSNBC, CNBC, and Sky, and they even own 12% of Disney. This is very important because it means that for any of these companies to decide on company policy, they must now also consult with BlackRock before doing so. And it's just the same with big tech. BlackRock is now the biggest institutional investor in Google, Facebook, Twitter, Amazon, and so many more. I mean, the list of their investments in companies is just endless. And by extending its reach in such a dramatic way, BlackRock now has control over more than 90% of the media, which might also be why you've never heard of them. Because controlling the media is a very important step for BlackRock to take over the world. If everyone knew the consequences of BlackRock owning over $9.5 trillion in assets, some questions might start to be raised. And you see, BlackRock's control isn't just extending through information in the media, but also through the entire world's economic and political data. And as I mentioned before, this is all done through Aladdin, where Aladdin accurately predicts the outcome of every single investment. But the question is, where does Aladdin get this information from? Well, that's where things become very jarring. You see, because of BlackRock's ownership of banks, insurance companies, social media giants, and even pension funds, Aladdin now possesses huge amounts of personal data on everyone. Everyone who has ever knowingly or unknowingly given BlackRock money. And with such a powerful tool under their arsenal, everyone now wants a piece of the pie. And by controlling this much data, BlackRock now controls governments, because BlackRock can use this data to sway companies and even government decisions. For example, BlackRock successfully lobbied to get a contract to manage the EU's regulation of banks. However, this backroom deal is now being investigated as BlackRock themselves own the banks they should be regulating. And this is just one of the many examples of these sorts of actions. A 2016 study in the Journal of Finance documented that investment companies like BlackRock show, quote, widespread behind-the-scenes intervention in the companies that they own stakes in. And this problem only gets worse as BlackRock owns stakes in nearly all major publicly traded companies. And now with our current recession, BlackRock is buying as much homes and real estate as possible, causing regular house prices to skyrocket. BlackRock profits when a society doesn't own their homes but rents, because BlackRock can squeeze even more money out of the economy through mortgaging off these artificially inflated homes. But this whole situation becomes even more sinister when you realize BlackRock's power is now being compromised by other actors. For example, in August 2020, BlackRock became the first foreign company to be allowed access into China's mutual fund industry. This means that BlackRock can now invest and own parts of Chinese companies. God only knows what BlackRock promised Xi Jinping if they're allowed in. But by being allowed in, BlackRock now works with companies that are blacklisted by the US. One example is BlackRock's investment in a CCP-owned company called Hikvision. Hikvision makes security and communications technology for both civilian and military use by the Chinese government. And they're also known for their wide-scale human rights abuses.
How do you think your facial recognition technology will change China?
Everything happened in the public can be recorded.
Now, this money being invested into China isn't just BlackRock's own money. Most of this money comes from the pension funds and bank accounts that ordinary people pay into BlackRock inadvertently. Through BlackRock controlling banks, people have no choice about whether they give BlackRock and the CCP this money. That's if they even know about BlackRock. This recent trend of BlackRock funding authoritarian regimes can only mean bad things for Western democracy, because this empowers regimes like China and Russia. It gives credence to dystopian regimes. And this trend is now promoting others to do the same. I mean, BlackRock recently recommended that their investors triple their investments in China. This would place billions more into a dystopian regime at the expense of the West. And the worst part is that China sees the companies that operate within it as simply extensions of the one-party state. They own these companies, and in return, the companies act out the CCP's will, which is a worrying fact when you consider that BlackRock owns the entire world's data. TikTok's data harvesting is nothing compared to BlackRock's. BlackRock knows the entire world's bank details, their preferences, tastes. It sets social trends. It oversees entire countries. So any increase in Chinese investments will see not just BlackRock's influence grow, but also China's influence grow in BlackRock. Since August of 2020, when BlackRock were first allowed into the Chinese economy, they have only poured more and more money into these Chinese companies. Clearly, Aladdin the supercomputer sees this as a profitable move, but what it might not see is the destruction of Western values. It might not see how the CCP could influence the world economy and global politics even more than it already is. It might not see that BlackRock's huge investments will be the catalyst towards this change. I mean, who knows how much more BlackRock will invest in China? But if their growth over the past year is a sign of anything, China will inevitably become a much bigger part of BlackRock's future. And make no mistake, this will have dire consequences. But the cherry on top of all of this is that BlackRock is the main force behind the sheepish woke lecturing that tells you how guilty you should feel. In 2018, around the dawn of the new generation of political correctness, Larry wrote a letter telling all the companies under his thumb to, quote, contribute to society or risk losing our support, adding that, quote, society is demanding that companies, both public and private, serve a social purpose. Which is a very interesting statement coming from a company that is quite literally funding the persecution of Uyghur Muslims and the imprisonment of the Chinese population. A company that is funding a dystopic nuclear regime that is quite literally threatening the very fabric of Western civilization. And so with BlackRock's push for, quote, social purposes, companies now have an ESG score, or in other words, sustainable investing scores, where you have a rating system based on your company's political and social facades. So for example, doing a woke ad for a company like Nike, or silencing any controversial political views on social media will help you get the high ESG score.
They will, on their investor relations page, they'll show you their ESG score. ESG stands for environmental, social, corporate governance. And this is where the woke culture comes from. So they've created this kind of phony baloney rating system that says, well, if you, I'm exaggerating, but if you mention that you are, have a green agenda and you believe in carbon credits and you might trade some credits somewhere, then you get a higher score and therefore you're more investable. And it's very interesting to see how big investors like insurance company, institutional investors, they are steering away from anything that does not have the right ESG rating.
And if the past tells us anything, it seems like BlackRock is only destined to control more and more of our daily lives. Through Larry Fink's close ties with government leaders around the world, with his huge influence over the World Economic Forum, and his position on the boards of the Council on Foreign Relations, BlackRock is only destined to metastasize. So perhaps BlackRock defines the new era of our globalized world, where ruthless, predatory corporations amass more power than countries, where our politics and society isn't dictated by votes, it's dictated by investment boards controlled by BlackRock, delivering us a more generic, mindless, vapid, and vicious culture. Perhaps BlackRock is just a monument to a world divided between too big to fail companies and powerless, moneyless, and joyless citizens, where companies like BlackRock buy up all our houses, inflating our currencies and profit from our conflicts and turmoil. That's why you can't buy a house. That's why we're more divided than ever. That's why too big to fail companies are defining life in the 2020s. Because we no longer live under free market capitalism, we live under a system for socialism for the rich.
So he seems like a great guy, right?
Okay, so as you can see, all right, Esau is a grimy nigga running the earth, man. Okay, he benefits off the suffering of the people. Okay, he benefits off you renting and not owning. He benefits off wars, which the wars that the citizens pay for. And see, all they do is manage taxpayers' money, okay, and fund what they want to fund while they constantly heap up wealth to themselves, man. Okay, this man is a very wicked and unjust ruler, man. Okay, now let's go here. All right, let's get some previous precepts that brothers put. Okay. This is the brother Beyond Yasha Sirach, all right, 10 and 2. It says, as the judge of the people is himself, so are his officers. All right. And this guy, Larry Fink, is nothing but an officer, all right, of the elites. Okay. He's one that front men that's out here moving and shaking, okay, and manipulating money system, manipulating governments, and furthering oppression, man. Okay, it says, in what manner of man the ruler of the city is, such are all they that dwell therein. That's why it's such a grimy environment in the earth, man, because the rulers are grimy. Everybody's in that get over spirit, okay? Everybody's in that, they just trying to win, and they don't care how much you lose, they want to win, okay? For self spirit. That's because that's the spirit that Esau Edom is in, man. Okay, this is GMS pray always hope for elect. Proverbs 16 and 12, it says, it is abomination, all right, to kings to commit wickedness, man. And this is all that the current kings of the earth, okay, these elites, okay, Amalek, this is all they do. It says, for the throne is established by righteousness, and they establish a throne in wickedness and deception and deceit. Okay, that's why when you go to, all right, the book of let's see, the brother post, I see, I'm trying to find the book of James, and brother posted book of St. James chapter 5 verses 1 through 6. I see 1 through 6. I see verse 6. They probably didn't let you put up. They probably you know how they do. They probably let you put up the first 5. Yeah, but if a brother can put that up, St. James chapter 5 verses 1 through 6, and we'll transfer over, all right, to a ruling in righteousness, man. All right, this is the book of Proverbs chapter 11. Okay, and 1, it says, a false balance is abomination to the Lord, but a just weight is his delight. Okay, and Esau rules the earth in a very false balance, and how he manipulates the money system, man. First off, it's not real money, paper. Okay, that's an extremely, all right, false balance. All right, and then the way he distributes it is extremely wicked, man. And he keeps people in a rat race, man. This man gives you just enough to get by. Okay, this is how this man gets down, by giving you just enough to get by, man. Okay? So the scriptures, all right, speak against how this man runs the earth, man. It's the book of James, chapter 5, verse 1. It says, "Go to now, ye rich man, weep and howl for your misery that shall come upon you." Because these men are so used to living extremely luxurious and carefree. Okay? Well, these same men are finna be in misery, man. Okay? It says, "Your riches are corrupted, and your garments are moth eaten." Okay? This man has corruptible riches, man. The way he has gotten everything has been very grimy. It's been at the expense and the blood of a lot of people, man. Okay, the suffering. This man gets richer off suffering, man. This is how the system is set up. The more you suffer, the less you own, the less you have, the more he benefits, man. Okay. Verse 3 says, "Your gold and silver is cankered, and the rest of them shall be a witness against you." All this money that he has heaped up in his personal treasuries, okay, and he constantly sucks more and more out the earth. Okay. That's gonna be a witness against him, man. All this stored up wealth that he has, and he's not using it, okay, to benefit the earth. Okay. It says, "And shall eat your flesh." It says, "And the rest of them shall be a witness against you, and shall eat your flesh as it were fire. Ye have heaped treasure together, all right, for the last days." Okay, in these times, he just heaping up treasure for the last days. "Behold, the hire of the laborers who have reaped down your fields, who is of you kept back by fraud, crieth." Okay, "and the cries of them which have reaped are entered into the ears of the Lord of Sabaoth," man, the Lord of armies. Okay, so the Yahweh Shema Shah is hearing the cries coming up, man, about this wicked rulership. All right, and the main cries are coming from who, man? Israelites. Okay, you have the earth mourning against this nigga crying out, but the cries of the Israelites, those are the cries that the Lord is hearing, man, and the Israel of the elect. You see? Because why? We're the hands and feet of this man's society, man. We're the hands and feet, you know, of this man's society. And this man kingdom runs off us being human batteries, man. Okay, he run you down, he run you down to zero every day. You go home, and then the food don't even have the nutrients, so you can't even get a full recharge. So it's pretty much like we're always running on 10-15%, man. Okay, in this man's kingdom. Okay, while he's constantly getting richer, man. And it says, "Ye have lived in pleasure on the earth, and have been wanton. You have nourished your hearts as in the day of slaughter." And wanton is undisciplined, man. Extremely undisciplined how this man runs the earth. Okay, just like woe to thee, O land, when thy king is a child, and thy princes eat in the morning. Okay, wanton means undisciplined. Okay, it says, "Ye have condemned and killed the just, and he doth not resist you," man, because he's constantly thinking of ways to oppress more and more. Okay, and pretty much people just trying to get by. Okay, he's thinking of ways to constantly oppress and do more wickedness, and people really just want to, live and chill. Ain't no one, just trying to form a coup on Esau, man. People just trying to live and chill, and this man is constantly putting more and more pressure. All right, in the earth, man. You know, so that's why. All right, when you go here, all right, we're gonna transition. Okay, um, let's see. All right, this the brother Bayon Yashar Sirach 10:4 said, "The power of the earth is in the hand of the Lord, and in due time he will set over it one that is profitable," man. Okay, because Esau was not profitable to the earth, and we almost in that due time. Okay, well, the Lord is going to set one over the earth that is profitable. Okay, now let's go here, and we're gonna transition through this precept. I think the brother GMS Spiritual Art put it up. Yep, here we go. All right. This is GMS Spiritual Art 144K. This is Sirach 10 and 8. It says, because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches got by deceit, the kingdom is translated from one people to another. Okay, the kingdom is translated from one people to another, and this is what we're seeing happening in the earth, the translation, okay, of kingdoms. All right, and it's gonna be this from the wicked Edomites, okay, to the elect of Israel, beginning with Yahweh Shai, that's gonna reign in righteousness, man. Okay, now what I want to do real quick is to go here. Now, when it came to the building of the temple, all right, and you go into the book of Chronicles. All right. So let's get this in the book of Chronicles. All right. First Chronicles 29. Now, this is when King David was making, all right, offerings for the building of the temple. Now, King David, all right, was the king using power. Okay. And what he did when it came to the resources needed to build the temple, all right, it was King David who provided the bulk of the resources. Okay. And we're going to read it. Now, you go into First Chronicles 29 and 1, it says, furthermore, David the king said unto all the congregation, Solomon my son, whom alone the most I have chosen, is yet young and tender, and the work is great. For the palace is not for man, but of the Lord Yahweh power. It says, now I have prepared with all my might for the house of my power, the gold for things to be made gold, and the silver for things of silver, and the brass for things of brass, the iron things of iron, and the wood for things of wood, onyx stones and stones to be set, glistering stones and diverse colors, and all manner of precious stones and marbles, stones in abundance. Moreover, because I have set my affection to the house of my power, I have of my own proper good, which is of his own, okay, his own personal treasury, you see, of gold and of silver, which I have given to the house of my power above all that I have prepared for the holy house, even 3,000 talents of gold of Ophir, and 7,000 talents of refined silver, to overlay the walls and houses withal. Okay. And they, it says, and gave for the service of the house of the Most High of gold 5,000 talents and 10,000 drums. All right. And of silver 10,000 talents, and of brass 8,000 talents, and 100 talents. All right. And 100,000 talents of iron. And they whom, it says, and they with whom precious stones were found gave them to the treasure of the house of the Lord by the hand of Jehid the Gershonite. Then the people rejoiced, for they offer willingly, because with perfect heart they offer willingly to the Lord Yahweh Bashim Shai. And David the king also rejoiced with great joy. So you had the people, pretty much David set the tone with how he was giving, and then you had the rest of the people, that began to start giving, to the point where David, okay, David had to tell the people to stop, bringing, resources. Okay, he wasn't, he was a disciplined king. He ruled in righteousness, man. He wasn't trying to suck the people dry of their resources. Esau, if this was Esau, he would have kept saying, well, look, we don't have enough yet, what else, can we, let's keep giving till we get to, he'd be wicked with it, man. He would use this opportunity to suck the people dry. Okay, but King David came out of his own treasury and pretty much set the tone of giving, all right, for the temple. Now, let's get this article, man. I found this, man. Now we finna get to it, man. All right. Now we finna get to the business, man. You know, the why how about Shema was shot for let me find this article here, man. Now, this goes into all right, Chronicles, what we just read. All right, and it's gonna kind of all right, it says how David systematically invested his hard-earned treasure with the Most High. Okay, because hey, he got these treasures through war. Okay, now when you go here, I want to jump down. All right, so it goes into how. Let me blow it up so y'all can see that a little better. All right. Okay, so it says how David systematically invested his hard-earned treasures with the Most High. Because how did David, get treasures? You go to First Chronicles 18, and you see David was conquering these nations and spoiling them. Okay, and it says this study reveals David's heart. Remember how Yahushua told us in Matthew 16, Matthew chapter 6, verses 19 through 21. All right, that where our treasures are, there where our hearts really are. David shows us where his heart was by what he did with his treasures. We need to quietly think on this example and ask ourselves, all right. It says 3,000, and this is not talked about a lot neither. Why we will go into this information because Esau like talk about Alexander the Greek and Julius Caesar and Augustus and all this other the Rockefellers, but then they don't never talk about this, man. And this is the biggest come up ever happened, man. Nobody came up like David. Okay. It said 3,000 years ago, the greatest human fortune ever amassed on earth was passed on from father to son. Okay? From father to son, from David to Solomon. Okay? Now, we hear a lot about Solomon being the richest king, but see, he didn't start from scratch. Okay? He had a crazy head start as we finna get into it, man. Okay? Now this is First Chronicles 22, verses 1. All right. And it said, then David said, this is the house of the Lord power, and this is the altar of burnt offering for Israel. So David commanded to gather the aliens, the strangers who were in the land of Israel, and he appointed masons to hew stones to build the house of the Most High. And David prepared iron in abundance for the nails, all right, and for the doors, gates of the joints, and in bronze in abundance beyond measure, and cedar trees in abundance. For the Sidonians and those from Tyre brought much cedar wood to David. Now David said, Solomon, my son, is young and inexperienced, and the house to be built for the Lord must be exceedingly magnificent, famous and glorious throughout all countries. I will make preparation for it. So David made abundant preparations before his death. Then he called for his son Solomon and charged him to build a house for the Lord power of Israel. And David said to Solomon, my son, as for me, okay, it was my mind to build a house to the name of the Lord, my power. But the word of the Lord came to me, saying, ye have shed much blood and have made great wars. You shall not build a house for my name, because you have shed much blood on earth in my sight. Behold, a son shall be born to you, who shall be a man of rest. Let you know Yahushua is their rest. And when he returns, that's going to be our rest. And I will give him rest from all his enemies, which Yahweh is going to do that when he returns. His name shall be Solomon, for I will give peace and quietness to Israel in all his days. Now, I want to jump down to verse 14. All right. First Chronicles 22 and 14. It says, Indeed, I have taken much trouble to prepare for the house of the Lord 100,000 talents of gold and 1,000,000 talents of silver and of bronze and iron beyond measure, for it is so abundant. This is King David's own personal treasury that he's giving out of, man. 100,000 talents of gold. Okay. Now, let's get down to the numbers, man. Okay. Beyond, where you at? You still here, man? You let's get down to the numbers, man. Okay. Y'all gonna stop playing. All right. Now, when you get to these numbers, all right, it says King David in 970 BC gave Solomon 1,000,000 talents of silver. That means somewhere between about 100 million pounds. Listen to the numbers, man. 100 million pounds of silver or 50,000 tons of silver. Okay? 50,000 tons of silver. You see that? Because what was that they found in Africa not too long ago? They found so many tons of gold. Okay? This don't even compare. All right? It said that amazing amount of silver would be worth 30 to 50 billion dollars today at recent market closes of about 32 ounces. Okay? 30 to 50 billion dollars worth in silver. Okay, that King David gave, all right, for the building of the temple. Okay, David also gave Solomon 100,000 talents of gold. This is about 10 million pounds of gold, or 500 or 5,000 tons of gold. That amazing amount of gold will be worth about $267 billion today at $1,725 an ounce. Okay, so you talking about a little bit over 300 billion that David gave out his own treasury, all right, to Solomon, man. Okay, 300 billion. Now, because I say, of course, everybody, Solomon was the richest. Well, David wasn't no. You remember, David was a shepherd boy. Who came up like this in one lifetime, man? You can't find them. Okay. Well, they don't talk about this though. But we gonna talk about it. It says, so how much wealth did David, God's servant, really have? If you dig into the research behind today's commodities market, you will find the following facts in the endless tables of records kept in the precious metals archive. In all the history of the world to 1835, there was no more than 20,000 tons of gold ever produced. These commodity archives go to postulate the amounts of gold based on mining finds and other records of war spoils, and measures how much gold, all right, was around. Okay, in David's day, 3,000 years ago, there was more than 10,000 tons of gold on the planet. So at the very least, David at the end of his life, all right, half or more of all the wealth on his planet. Yeah. You see? So at the very least, David held at the end of his life half or more of all the wealth on his planet. Why is it even worded like this, man? Come on, man. What you think we got to look forward to, man? And the nigga talking about a social media page or some goddamn hair? Oh boy, crazy. All right. Yo, hold on. This ain't it. We got some more. Oh, we got some more. Let's get back to it. Another piece of comparison that will help us understand the magnitude of David's wealth is that David had the equivalent of more than half of the wealth of the world in his day. Okay? Today's total world assets is about $250 trillion. So, in terms of 2011, if someone had half of the wealth of the world, they would be a person that would have $125 trillion of wealth. That is 10 times, all right, the total GNP of the USA. David had more money in his treasury than America. Oh man. Yeah, well, I've been hyped. I've been reading this, you know. Oh man. Now, let me show you this, man. Oh boy, there's some more I want to get. And then that's just the gold, like the precious stones, the marble, the woods of cedar. Okay. There's another one. Hold on. Yep, here you go. All right. It said just to help put this into perspective for us living in 2011. David, who lived in 1000 BC, had 1 million more pounds of gold than we as a nation have in Fort Knox, the largest gold holdings of the wealthiest country ever in history, the USA. You see this? David could have bought America and been straight and still been straight. Oh man. Oh boy. You see, and this is David. You know, we ain't going to Solomon, man. You see, what do you think the Lord got for us, man? Oh boy. If this don't have you tapped in, I don't know what is. Especially the Israelite man. If this don't have you tapped in, you know, you talking about some goddamn hair, social media, and come on, man. Okay, for your regular ass social media, yeah, boy. And you gotta think, like America, like Esau, he has this complete planet. Like when you go to what King David, what with King David, what he was over. Let's just pull up a map real quick. Boy. Yeah, these niggas, and like I say, these little jakes around here, bragging about being a billionaire, man. You niggas ain't got no money, man. All right. I don't want to hear shit else about no Mayweather and Jay-Z. Them niggas ain't got no money, man. Okay, and them niggas got paper. Okay. Cut it out, man. All right. Niggas ain't got no money, man. So let's go. Hold on. I want to get this. Niggas ain't got no power. Niggas don't own no resources. All right. I don't hear nothing else. I know goddamn 50 Cent and Kanye. Man, get y'all ass out of here. All right. Now, we got to remember, David did this and he only owned, and he was over, okay, this portion of the earth, okay, in Israel. Okay. So imagine when we have the whole earth. Okay. If a brother can get Psalms, let's get the book of Psalm 72 verses, let's get Psalm 72. Let's get Psalm 72. Let's get verses 1 through 4. And let's get Let's get Isaiah 60. Because this is what we coming back to, man. Okay? When you really start to understand rulership, man, this place has nothing to offer us, man. You know, this place has nothing to offer. Jake wants some likes on social media. You know, he get 2-3 likes, and Jake, addicted to some goddamn social media, man. Okay, their dry ass inbox. Okay, and them same whack ass poses. Okay, taking pictures, eating at the Mexican restaurant. Lunch flow. Come on, man. God damn, man. Let me stop talking about this shit, man. All right, let's get Isaiah chapter 60, verses 10 through 14. We'll end it there. But yeah, I wanted to bring that information out, man. I'm gonna let me put this article. If you brothers wanna go into it some more. But yeah, I reading that this morning. I was jumping like John Moran over here, man. Shit. This my type of language, goddamn. All right, this is our award Psalm 72:1. It says a song for Solomon. It says, "Give thy king thy judgment, O power, and thy righteousness unto the king's son." Okay. It said, "He shall judge thy people with righteousness, and the poor with judgment." Okay. And it said, "The mountain shall bring peace to the people, and the little hills by his righteousness." And this is Yahweh Shema Shai setting up Yahweh Shai in the earth to reign in righteousness, man. Okay. I think put verses 5 through 6 too. 5 and 6. Yahweh Shai of this Psalm 72. It said, "He shall judge the poor of the people. He shall save the children of the needy, and shall break in pieces the oppressors." Yeah, so these wicked rulers that we see ruling over us, okay, Yahweh Shai is going to come break them into pieces. Okay, he's going to shatter this empire. Okay, and our oppressors are going to captivity, and that's going to be our peace. Okay, and we're not going to be needy anymore. Okay, right now we're in a position of being needy. Okay, having to go to permission to do this and get permission to do that, and being limited on how we really can move in the earth. Well, that's going to be cut out. Okay, the brother gets St. John 10 and 10 as well. Okay. Oh man. All right, let's get this. And it says, "They shall fear." Okay. "They shall fear as long as the sun and the moon endure throughout generation," because this is an eternal kingdom. Okay. "He shall come down like rain upon the mown grass." All right. "As showers that water the earth." Okay. Verse 7 says, "In his days shall the righteous flourish, and the abundance of peace, so long as the moon endureth." You see? And then it says, so it's gonna be an everlasting kingdom. But it was one I wanted. It might be on down. Yeah, it's next verse 8. That's the main point I wanted. Salaki. But yeah, verse 8, Psalm 72 and 8, and that's the main point I wanted. Yeah, because we finna go into a time where we're gonna have worthless wealth, man. This from the brother Gashawn 72. Where you been, brother? Damn, man. We ain't seen you since we ain't seen you since the pandemic, man. Where you been, brother? You good? Shit. This is Psalm 72 and 8. It says, "He shall have dominion also from sea to sea, and from river unto the ends of the earth." And you see this portion of land which David was ruling, okay, was this portion of Israel. We know that's a small portion of land. Now it's vital because it controls a lot of traffic. A lot of ports go through there. Okay, it's a very lucrative, strategic place in the earth, and the Most High set it up like that, man. So all things can flow unto Israel. Okay, and that's how it's going to be in the kingdom. So that's why when you get, all right, the book of Isaiah, well, see, Solomon is going to rule from one end of the earth to the other. I mean, Yahushua, which was Solomon, but Yahushua, when he comes back, he's going to have global. So imagine the abundance. He's going to have global dominion. Okay, so imagine that abundance. All right, this is Isaiah 60:10. And it says, and the sons of strangers shall build up thy walls, and their kings shall minister unto thee. For in my wrath I smote thee, but in my favor have I had mercy on thee. Okay? So these heathens are going to go into captivity, and they're going to build, because we're going to have the resources, but they're going to actually do the labor and build our kingdom with all the gold, okay, with the precious stone, the windows of agate, as the scriptures say. Well, these heathens, they're going to be the laborers, okay, from the rulers of these heathens to the least. They're going to be laboring and building up our kingdom, man, with all those resources that we're going to have. It said, therefore, thy gate shall be open continually, they shall not be shut day nor night, that men may bring unto thee the forces or the riches of the Gentiles, and their kings may be brought. Okay, and that their kings may be brought. So ain't gonna be no more chasing the bag. The bag gonna come to us, man, and it's gonna be resources, not no goddamn FRN notes, man. Okay, ain't gonna be no money, cell phones in the kingdom. Okay, resources of the earth are gonna be brought to us, man. Okay, for the building of our kingdom. You see, it said, for the nation and kingdom that would not serve, it said, for the nation and kingdom that would not serve thee shall perish. Yeah, those nations shall be utterly wasted, man. Hey, it's gonna be a rod of iron. Okay, it's gonna be get down, lay down, man. All right, unemployment rate gonna be on zero. Okay, everybody gonna have something to do. Okay, and we're gonna have the resources to customize the kingdom like we want it, man. Each brother within their own province, gonna be able to customize their portion, all right, of Israel how they want it, man. You see, it says the glory of Lebanon shall come unto thee, all right, the fir tree, the pine tree, the box tree, to beautify the place of my sanctuary, and I will make the place of my feet glorious. And what is the place of the Lord's feet? Because the Lord said, what? The earth, all right, is his footstool. And it says, Isaiah 16:14, the sons also of them that afflict thee shall come bending unto thee, and all they that despise thee shall bow themselves down at the sole of thy feet, and they shall call thee, okay? Everybody's going to bow. Esau going to bow, okay? He's going to hate it, but he's going to have to bow. He's going to be powerless, man. Okay? He's going to be in full submissiveness. Okay? It said the city of the Lord, the Zion of the Holy One of Israel, man. We're going back to our status and our rank, man. Okay? Hey, this is what we're going back to, man. Okay? Because why? Brother TMS Spiritual Art 144, Tobit 13-16, for Jerusalem shall be built up with sapphires and emeralds and precious stones, thy walls and towers and battlements with pure gold. Okay, with pure gold. You see? And that stuff that's gonna be a labor. Okay, it's gonna take labor to get, those stones prepped. Okay, and they gold prepped, for building. Okay, and Esau's gonna have the most back-breaking, laborious job in the kingdom, man. Okay, this is beyond Yasharallah. John 10:10 said, "The thief cometh not but for to steal and to kill and to destroy. I am come that they might have life and that they might have it more abundantly." You see, Esau, you see how Esau gets down. He all about stealing, killing. Because remember, he makes money off of wars. Okay, he made money off the juice. Okay, these different juice companies. Okay, he made money off the jungle juice, man. Okay, those big companies that was pushing, you know, they made billions. Okay, people are being destroyed, but Yahweh Shai says, "I come that they might have life, and this be for Israel." Okay, we're gonna have life on the Yahweh Shai, and that they might have it more abundantly. It's gonna be in abundance, man. Okay, so that was the point, man. Like I say, I just wanted to bring that out, man. When I read that article this morning, you know, I was like, man. All right. Yeah. So that was the point. And yeah, you know, hey, yep. Yeah, brother Gashan, you gotta keep pushing, man. You know, the spirit on you to teach, man. You know, keep teaching. You gotta go out there by yourself, man. You know, don't let nobody take your crown. You know, a man can't determine, all right, what you are, man. You know, matter of fact, real quick. Yeah, man. Real quick. Let's get that in if a brother can post that in First Corinthians. Let's get First Corinthians 12 and 3. You know. Yeah, brother, keep pushing, man. You talked by yourself before, you know. I say, man, can't make that determination what nationality you are, man. There's no way you've been around posting precepts. Come on, man. You in the spirit. All right. Esau don't have that privilege to be in the spirit, man. You know. So like I say, you used to come around, you used to post precepts, you know, you used to teach by yourself, man. You know. So yeah, don't brother say don't let them doubt demons get to you, man, and keep pushing. Most I probably separated from them guys for a reason, man. But at the end of the day, you know, hey, go get down for your crown, man. This brother beyond Yashala, 1 Corinthians 12 and 3. It says, "Wherefore I give you to understand that no man speaking by the Spirit of the Most High calleth Yahweh Shai a curse, and that no man can say that Yahweh Shai is Lord, but by the Holy Spirit." So if you was able to receive the Spirit to teach, man, you an Israelite, brother. Okay, you an Israelite, man. You see. So you in that spirit of teaching, and you able to add on to these lessons, man. The Spirit not gonna allow Edomite to do that, man. Edomite gonna be offended. Edomites, you just seen what Esau do. Esau is doing. He was BlackRock. Okay, this man is trying to destroy the earth, man. Okay. This is brother Awalam Award, Romans 8 and 16, and said the Spirit itself bear witness with our spirit that we are the children of the Most High. Okay? So the Spirit is bearing witness that you are Israelite, brother. Go teach. You know? Let the Most High make that decision of what he gonna do, man. You know? Well, make sure you go teach, man. Brother put that in Revelation. That no man take that crown, man. Okay? You gotta remember the apostles, they got kicked out. You see? Apostles got kicked out, man. You know, but they kept it moving, man. You know, we got to have that mindset. This is on the brother beyond Yasha Romans 14 and 4 said, "Who art thou that judges another man's servant? To his own master he standeth or falleth." And they can't make that judgment call and say you an Edomite, man. And you out there teaching, man. Okay, that's awful on their behalf, man. I don't know the detailed ins and outs, man. But come on, man. It says, "Yeah, he shall be holding up, for the Most High is able to make him stand, man." And just pray for the Spirit just to pick up where you left off, man. And just keep pushing, man. All right, hey, we still have a time to get that crown, man. you know, this is Revelation 3 and 11 said, "Behold, I come quickly." All right. Hold that fast which thou hast, that no man take thy crown. And you see what we going into today, man. Hey, shit. All right. Ain't no way a man gonna tell me anything about not being able to go after this crown, man. you know, hey, that's the mindset you gotta have. Even if hey, You get kicked out of something happened with your other camp, man, just keep teaching, man, and then let the Lord, the righteous judge, he gonna decide, who was right and who was wrong. But at the end of the day, man, you gotta keep teaching, man. We want them crowns, man. Hey, there's 144,000 thrones and crowns reserved, man. So let's go get it, man. Let's go get it, man. If you can post precepts to a video, you can go have a camp. Hey, grind for your count. Remember, David was a shepherd boy. Okay, he was a little shepherd boy, man, who wasn't even considered. And you see what he came up to, man, in one lifetime, man. And that's our story, man. The outcast. You see, that's who Yahweh Shema Shai dealing with, the outcast, man. So go do your thing, brother. It ain't no hard feelings. We don't feel no type of way. I just remember we used to be around all the time. I ain't seen that much, man. So that's why, I kind of, mention that, brother. But hey, we ain't here to hold nothing against you or whatever happened, but moving forward, man, go get active, man. Go get your throne, man. It's a throne for 144,000 men, man. And don't nobody know who gonna make it yet, man. So we just here fighting to get to it, man. But that was the point. I say, if you need anything, bro, just come on the comment board. When you need something, get that brothers, man. Don't be in that doubt. Let that doubt demon overwhelm you, man. Reach out, get what you need to do what you need to do, man. Okay. Reach out on the comment board. We here. You see? So Lord will, you brothers, all right, and you few sisters edified to the next time. Say Shalom. Kwam Yashala, Abba, DTA soon. Shalom.